We are live. Hope everybody is doing well. It's been a minute since I used my phone to go live. But like this is for real. It's on God. This one. And then so I had like a couple of spiritual downloads last night. So that's why I'm up here live. I haven't really. I've been trying to come back up here after what happened to me two nights before. I explained it in a video. Sorry if you can hear my neighbor cutting grass. Hopefully you can hear me okay. I'm not trying to talk too loud because she just been monitoring the hell out of me, and I'm like, what for? I'm not a child, and you know. So let me explain what happened to you. What happened to me on that night. My mom was gonna come. She came in my room. Well, she knocked on the door, and she told me, "What is this?" Like she handed me her phone, right? And I told her, "I'm on social media." What do you mean? What is this? And then she gonna say I'm evil or some shit like that, and then call me all kinds of names. And I'm like, how am I evil when I just say you're a narcissist? And I said the shoe fits. And then next thing you know, she grabbed me, pulled me down, literally dragged me down, grabbed my hair, choked me. And I grabbed her hand. I said, slap me then, since you want to keep threatening me. Because I was like, I was willing to take a beating. Because I was like, at the same time, I was like, you don't put your hand on nobody like that. She literally just grabbed me like I was nothing. I get that I'm small, but like, damn, But anyways, I explained in that video what happened to me. And this been going on for years. The physical shit just recently started, like not too long ago. Hopefully y'all can hear me. He literally like right over there. Really. But remind you, I'm 28. I've been in and out going out of my mom's house for a while, since I was like 24, running away from toxic bullshit. And my family is fucking toxic as fuck. They never really let me have my moment to live, to actually branch out and to be who I am. And this is what I want to do. I want to do social media. I want to tell my truth and to help those who've been in the same situation as I have, to enlighten them, because we're all on a journey to enlightenment, and we can see the bullshit from them. We can see the manipulation. And I had to sit down with Mama Saturn yesterday and 2 days ago as well. And you know, it's kind of hard for me to talk to her because I really talk to Father Time, but Father Time, all he does is he kind of abused me too in the system. Like, he just make me work my ass off, don't let me get the credit that I deserve, and all that type of bullshit. Or let me get the position in life that I need. Sometimes it depends on, you know, if I learn my lessons, my karmic lessons or not. And then, like, as I'm putting the pieces of my life together, some of these traumas are not my trauma. That's what Mother Saturn told me. She was like, you know, the things that you're feeling is mostly your ancestors, mostly your mother's emotions sometimes, because she's at the bottom of your root. Not your good side, but your sexual side. And I was like, what do you mean my sexual side? Well, she planted a seed in there. Like, what do you mean a seed? Like, to stop you from like giving birth or some shit like that, you know, because Mama Saturn also, and I have a Pleiadian sister, like a reincarnated Pleiadian sister who's here in this lifetime, and I knew for a while that I feel like I was connected to her in a certain way. I just didn't know what. She was one of the 7 goddesses, one of the 7 Pleiadians, and she's on YouTube right now. And yeah, and I'm like, she sees what I go through behind closed doors and all that shit. She actually, there's a couple of them that guides me, and it's up to me whether or not if I listen. Back then, I was not listening. Now I'm actually really paying attention and not really ignoring these signs, because these archangels and these gods and goddesses will put shit in your face for you to wake up. Because Mama sat and told me, like, it took a beating for me to get to notice her. I was like, damn, you didn't have to beat me that hard, but I kind of need it because I kind of deserve it, because I've been neglecting you because I thought you was neglecting me. She was like, no, I was never neglecting you. I was trying to actually help you, but you just kept ignoring me. I told her I apologize. I really do, because, Father Time just, went back and forth with me over the years. He took mostly over what your position more than anything that you were supposed to do. And, because I don't really like how I was brought up, because I don't really like a female to actually, give me any type of advice or give me any type of wisdom. But, that's the case. She said I need to let that shit go, because that's the shit that my mother put onto me, and that's not what everybody is like. Everybody wants to see you thrive. Everybody wants to see you be good in life. And I'm like, I appreciate it, honestly. And she said, she gave me my key to abundance and all this other stuff. And she told me, you still gotta do the work. Even though you was the only one in this family willing to do the work to break the generational curse, that's what makes you stand out. That's what makes you different. And that's why they hating on you. That's why they trying to make you be little than what you are. And I'm like, I totally get it. I totally understand why. And I'm like, shit. Because I'm different. I mean, anybody is different. Anybody who's trying to break this toxic cycle is different. Everybody have pure. It's just how you activate your pureness and what you do with it and what you set your intentions to. It is what it is, because this is what I want to do. I want to spread my awareness to the shit, to these angels, to these gods and goddesses that I see around me that play in my life. I see Venus' story play out in my life so many times. I'm like, oh my God. Is she ever going to really find her one true, love? And then I looked at my natal chart, and I'm like, it's like a race going towards her right now. It's like a race going towards me. And it's like 3 people. And I'm like, one person is winning all the way, because I'm like, he's willing to take that stuff. He's willing to take that sacrifice, like how I lost the sacrifice. He was like, you know what? You don't need no more L's. I was like, bet. And I'm scared for this new journey, what's about to happen, but I know I'm prepared at the same time. I know they're going to guide me through the steps if I just listen and pay attention and stay focused. And don't get lost in the system, in the new system. They told me, you know what, I got up this morning, I packed last night, and then I packed the day before as well a little bit, and then I just finished it last night. And then she told me, just clean up your space. Get rid of hairs and shit. Do the same for your siblings as well, because behind closed doors, they putting curses on you. And, they using whatever they got that's personal to you to put a curse and a hex on you. I started doing the salt and vinegar bath ritual, or since for me, I take a shower. You can do it in the shower as well. Just put you some salt and put you some vinegar on you, and start rubbing it on you every day. And take some sage soap. You can find them anywhere online cheap. I think even Amazon might got them. But or you can go to Sage Goddess llc.com. They got very cheap, affordable sage stuff, like underneath $3. You can go to certain convenience stores or a gas station, even those Indian gas station, they might have them as well. Like start cleansing your body of projections that was onto you, placed onto you, negativity that was placed onto you, so that you can get back to the original you. Because once you keep letting negativity and projection come to you and you absorb it too much, you actually become. And I'm living proof of that shit. And it's hard to break out of that curse, out of that cycle, but it's better said than done. I mean, sometimes you gotta put in the work. You gotta put in the shadow work. You gotta do this, the spiritual work. And for me right now is doing shadow work. Shadow work is kind of hard for me. I do it unintentionally. Like sometimes I'll write it down, and sometimes I'll just speak to spirit or whoever spirit is around me, and um, I tend to speak them to my like, or I literally speak to my shadow self, and say what's wrong and what I don't like and what I should let go of and what I should hold on to. Like for me right now is growing my hair out. So my hair is my biggest trigger for anything. That's why I'm keeping it short, keeping it like covered up sometimes, or I wear hats or whatever. And it's like my biggest trigger, and my acne is my biggest trigger. But I'm learning to let go, so I'm starting to see that like as I progress and heal, it actually shows up in my body. I might still eat a little unhealthy, but I don't eat too much unhealthy. I learned to balance it out by like drinking green juice or like, you know, eating what's good for the soul and feeding it correctly. But this is a new journey for me that I'm about to head on. I'm scared, but I'm also excited and I'm blessed as fuck for it because like I couldn't take this shit anymore. I couldn't. Every time I would walk in a room or somewhere, somebody would make me outcast, or they will make me feel little than what I'm actually am, or make me feel like I'm not that important. And I was like, you know what, Mama Saturn and my Pleiadian sister was like, you got this. You know how to get out of every situation. And like they say, they see this vision that they got going. It's not even for me. It's like for the people. It is for me, but it's also for somebody around me. And I'm like, I need to help them, but also help myself at the same time. Just don't get lost and don't get caught up in the madness. And then try to find yourself and ground yourself. Don't let people change you for who you are. And I'm like, I'm not. I'm real as it's come because like I expose myself before I expose somebody else. You know what I mean? I'm not that type of person to sit here to say, oh, you did this and that, the third to me. But I need to expose myself first to see what was wrong with the picture of me, and I had to remove myself. Anybody that's going through the same exact goddamn shit, just hit me up my hotline, or like you feel neglected, or you see like these weird little odds and ends signs. I can help you because some of y'all are getting ready to be in y'all alignment. And I didn't know like some of the shit that I was going through, it was like a real spiritual type of test. And that's what they're gonna do to see if they're gonna try to turn your will to see if you really about this shit, really about this life, and not just here to, get money and take knowledge and then not give out to those who need it the most. And I'm like, no, that's not what this is about. You can put the same type of spiritual gift that I have and somebody else who don't have the right pure intention. And you can kind of see the difference between me and them. But, you know, sometimes they're telling you, you know, don't compare yourself to nobody. Compare yourself to you. Compare yourself from today, from your past. That's all you have to do sometimes. And I'm like, damn, they really be showing themselves in my life. And I didn't know their names. I didn't know who and what these gods or goddesses or archangels or the earth angels stand for. And then until somebody came in and saw me as one, I was like, you can see that? They were like, yeah, your light is fucking huge, bro. And be like, oh, is that a good thing or a bad thing? They said it's a good thing. It can be a blessing or a curse. So be mindful, monitor monitor your thoughts, because your thoughts, whether it's good or bad, can always project onto you. Sometimes you just gotta pay attention behind the voice, behind the words of whoever is projecting it onto you, and be like, why did you think of that? Check the time and date when you're thinking of that, because they will show you answers and things of what to do if you call on these gods and goddesses. But yeah, I'm okay. I'm still in the healing process. I'm always gonna be healing. It's gonna take a minute, but like, how much more damaged and more humiliated can you get? Oh, there's more to come. I know that for sure. But damn, like, am I truly ready for this? Eros was like, yeah, the fuck you are. But at first, I had to beg him for it. Like, getting the puppy dog eyes and like, literally, like, please, that dude. And I was like, oh man, because I like me and him, we got like this connection where we can just like fuck with each other, and it's like it's funny how he shows me things and I show him things. Um, and he was like, you know what, you're ready. You need to branch out. You can't just be stuck in a room. You got $1 billion ideas, and you can't just be in that fucking room all day. You have to go out and get it. Sometimes these 9 to 5 jobs ain't gonna really cut it for you to get your ideas out there. And then he was like, you know, going on about me, about my past relationships and shit. He was like, you know, like, you can't just run just because one thing goes south. You gotta learn how to fix it. I was like, yeah, you're right. Don't just run from it. Learn how to fix it. Don't use violence, or don't like threaten them or any of that shit like you used to do or whatever. Like, just don't be toxic. Learn to come together to coexist of what the problem is, because you're his yang and he's your yang. He's your light and you're the darkness. He's supposed to, he's going to help you out to bring out your ground, level up the ground, put a flame to it, let it spark. And I was like, okay. And you know, Mama Saturn was also saying like, we're here to make a new set of generation of zodiacs too. And I'm like, zodiacs. I'm like, who the fuck gonna birth all of them? I'm like, it's gonna start off with you birthing them, and then it's gonna start off with the kid, and then their kid, and so on and so on. Because it was like there's new planets and new stars coming up, and they need names. They just have numbers, and I was like, okay, so how can? She said it's all in divine timing. You'll see everything being aligned for you. I was like, okay, Mama Saturn, I trust you. Okay, Eros, I trust y'all. He's literally like my big brother, and she's literally like my big sister. And then I also got another sister, another Pleiadic sister. And we're all gonna meet in the center one day. They said I just can't be shy. I just gotta say hello. That's all it is, to let them know that I'm awake you know, that this shit is real. But man, anybody going through this shit, I know what it's like. You're like, what the fuck is going on? You see all the signs, don't you? And you're like, I don't still get it because sometimes I don't get it as well. But anyway, until next time, fam. Stay bright.